Hello, Kevin here. And where am I now? Well, I am outside of St Nicholas's Church in Kingsley in Hampshire. Cynthia and Steve's with me.
Hello.
This is part 2 of our 3 walks in one day in Kingsley. And we are standing underneath the Lich Gate? Yes, that Lich Gate by St Nicholas's Church. But we've got an interesting little plaque. I've got to show you this. Look. These gates were erected to commemorate the wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer, 29th of July 1981. Whatever happened?
Whatever happened to that?
Yeah. So anyway, we better get cracking. We'll have a look round here. Have a look around the cemetery and see what else we can find. Should we go in?
No, if I can open it. No.
Oh.
Cut.
After you, Steve.
Yes.
Thank you. Right. These lovely snowdrops out here. And this is the west end of the church of St Nicholas. And we've got this lovely stonework but strange brickwork above. Now St Nicholas is 14th century, but mostly 1778. It's classed as a single-cill church with a medieval east and west wall. So this end is medieval. It's got a plain tiled roof, and it's slightly steeper pitch than normal to the western section. So this is the steeper section here. As I wander around, we're going through the Lich Gate now, which is built of oak, stone and tile. These lovely stone seats inside and outside the Lich Gate, which is rather unusual, I think.
Look at these steps, Kev.
Oh, and the steps are all headstones. Look at that, they're all old headstones. Wow, all the way up, look at that. We'll have a quick look around the cemetery in a minute, but look at these yew trees in here. There's just an incredible amount of yew trees. It's got a, let me just go past Steve and Cynthia here. We're looking at the south porch there, which is built of brick. The bell tower is a boarded weatherboard all the way round, and it's got a single spire to it with a weather vane up there and a sort of like a sail which is pointed in the direction of the wind. So we'll have a quick look round the outside and then see if we can get inside. The main walling of the church is about 1778. You see it's three sort of levels. You've got the base at the bottom there, and then you've got another tier there, and then the main walls there. Got cast iron guttering. It's Flemish brickwork with brick dentil eaves, which is just up there. Cambered, it's got classed as cambered opening. And double stepped plinths, which is these here. These are the double step plinths, which are offset in stone. So these are like a stone capping, which is just here, on there, and all the way along there. So we're on the east end of the church now, which has got rendering, which is fairly new, which is the brickwork here. It's got a Gothic window in the east end, which is there, and it's described as two cusped lights below a roundel. There we are there. The side windows are all leaded lights. Let's have a look round here. We're on the north side now, which is very, very plain. Just look at that. Same brickwork as the other side. And there we've got the plain leaded window there. It's actually classed as a mortuary chapel now. We've got these headstones here. Look at this. Got these lovely daffodils. Out in full bloom with the snowdrops as well. Isn't that lovely? So I've wandered around the outside of the church now, and I'm right back on the west end of the church. And our friend Mark English, as we often say, he loves to touch the old doors. And this has got a brick surround, as you can see, and it's a stepped wall, which is all stonework, and it's got the guillotine in the stonework. Not in all of it, actually. Interestingly, this end bit hasn't got any guillotine in it, and it has here. And unfortunately, we are not going to be able to get in because we've got these iron gates here, which has got a very big chain around it. So we're not going to be able to get in there, which is such a shame. But beautifully, look at all the snowdrops everywhere. And I'm actually going to try and do a count up of these yew trees. There is a large number of them. We've got 1, 2, there's one right in front of me. This must be one of the older ones. Let's have a look round. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, actually, thinking about it, that's not a yew tree, is it? Is that a yew tree? This is a yew tree here, but we're not sure. So we're just having Steve and I are just having a bit of a wander around in the cemetery. Cynthia's over the far side there, but it's just lovely to see this carpet of snowdrops everywhere. And we've got this big old tree in front of us. There's a stump of an old yew tree which got to be there. But this looks like it's a real mixture. This is more modern end of the cemetery, I would say. But this end is very open, which is interesting because you've got more, going back towards the St Nicholas Church, there's more and more trees. But this is like a carpet of moss that you're walking on here rather than grass. You can see it all here. And it reminds me a little bit of the Milan Church. And there is and I can't remember the terminology for the moss that is growing at Milan, but it's just very cushioned, and it's just like this here. You walk on it and your feet are actually sinking into the moss. I don't know whether the camera could pick that up, but your feet just sink. So I'm going to wander back down towards the church now, but something's just caught my eye here with this headstone. Very interesting one here, and the lettering, where you see all these little indents, that's where little lead letters and numbers and that have come out. So you can still read most of it within, well, just about. And this one was aged 82, January 1920 it looks like. But that's what that is. These were all leaded little numbers and letters in there, but as I say, sadly they've all come out. I've just stopped and spoken to Steve and Cynthia about the moss at Milan Church, and they both remembered that it's called sphagnum moss. And again, I'm standing on a bit now, and I'm just sinking into it. So it's sphagnum moss. It's quicksand. Well, that was a quick. Where are you going?
You're keeping out the sun.
Moving out the...
Sorry.
That's right.
Oh, it's upsetting. Anyway, St Nicholas's Church, lovely outside. Graveyards, very interesting, but we couldn't get in. So,
That's that.
onto the walk.
Yep.
Onto the walk. So this will be Kevin, Steve, and Cynthia saying bye bye, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
My bloody phone went off.